responded. We got a lot of 372s on USD pairs. A lot of them, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna move again how they did doing fucking Asia yesterday, or
It shouldn't. We had the. It shouldn't. Just based on, like, Trump spoke today at like 2 p.m.
but he
Right?
speak again tomorrow too.
Yeah, so we'll most likely, whenever the markets move this much, like if you look at EU for example, they should the double of ADR, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
God damn.
on days where the market moved this much, the next
Fuck.
day
EU?
there's a huge possibility that the market is not going to move until the NYC session.
Okay.
Very big possibility. Now,
All right,
could the
but
market move overnight? Absolutely. They could do whatever the fuck they want to do. But again, on a usual basis, whenever the markets move this much, we really won't get any movement until early NYC, pretty much. So
all right.
it should be a pretty good like rest of the week to trade. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got tomorrow. We have GBP news at 2. So we probably, you know, end of Asia going into London is when the markets will most likely move, and then 8:30 is when he
Like,
starts speaking. So
yeah, I'm
and
gonna
then
be up at like 4. I'm going to sleep at like 8 o'clock. Going like 2 hours really. So don't take all day.
and
Man, I
then
need my rest.
I'll be done quick. And then Thursday we got news at 8:30 in the morning, and then at 10, and then Friday we have JPY news all night up until 3:30 in the morning, and then no USD or USD news at 9:45 on Friday. So
Ah, okay.
and then Sunday going into Monday, uh, when the markets open for AUD on Monday, AUD is gonna move because there's a bank holiday on Sunday. So the market open for AUD is gonna be slow. So we'll probably have some AUD moves for the opening of London
Me.
going into NYC.
Yo, hey, you can fill this gap. That's gonna be nice, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you got another gap?
That gap at the top side.
Nah, that shit was. Oh, true, true, true. Okay, that 5 minute gap. Okay, I was like, nah, that shit filled it already. Nah, but I mean, that shit is AU is just gonna continue to fly though. Let me see. I'm thinking of the wrong pair. No, yeah, yeah. If price could fill that gap, reject those highs,
Yeah,
still in that type 3 type of situation.
because AUD cat already filled its gap. So man, because like just pairing AU along with all the other USD secondary pairs, primarily gold too. Like just seeing the position that what gold is at, it's damn near at 5,000. Damn near, bro. Like, so I mean, we just been making fucking higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, and like this shit got all these fucking gaps at the bottom side. So
Yo, let me turn this
wicked.
AC off real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, bro. Mm. Mm. Ah, buckle up. Let's go for a ride. Mm.
All right, I'm back. What do we give everybody another 5 minutes to join or what?
Time is it? 6:05.
A little fiver?
Either every day ass up 16. Yeah.
Man,
This shit got
usually,
5 months of rise, bro.
usually, you know, beginning of the new year is when everybody starts joining again, but seems like everybody's off already. Nobody give a fuck
Damn.
no more.
I feel like people now are finally starting to catch on.
It's all good.
But man, this AI shit gonna get kind of crazy, man. And Elon Musk, he's suing OpenAI
Hmm.
and Microsoft. OpenAI is chat GPT, right?
Yeah.
Mm, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, he's suing them because he gave them like a $500 million investment,
Right.
and they were what's that shit called? They were a non-profit, right? So meaning they weren't making money from ChatGPT. But
Right.
then a couple months passed, and then they switched up their model to be for profit, and
Ah,
they're not paying Elon for that. So
wow.
he's suing them for that. Like, yo, I invested this type of money. They've made billions and billions and billions.
Wow.
I deserve some type of compensation.
Exactly. Yeah, he helped y'all get out the ground. But that's what people fail to realize. Like when it comes to business, bro, like I feel like that you would never really get anywhere trying to get over somebody. Like, bro, like the best way is to really like nigga just stay true to yourself, man. Like, bro, this nigga helped y'all change y'all fucking lives, change y'all kid lives, change the fucking world, bro. And then like y'all gonna just not pay the man, G? Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
No, they don't see it that way. When you're making that type of money, you're not thinking about the other people. Now you're just thinking about how you could continue to make more of that.
But that's the problem though, bro. They're like that shit will never be fulfilling. That's what people like that have billions and all that shit. They keep chasing this fucking okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? Which isn't bad, right? But it's like you gotta have some type of balance, bro, because like 9 times out of 10, after like that initial high wears off when like you reach like that new milestone, like you feel kind of empty inside. Like, damn, and like they always be saying like it's like it feels like something's missing, man. It feels like something's missing, man.
Something's missing for me for sure.
What you mean?
It's all good. Streams live.
Huh?
I said it's all good. Streams live. We don't
No,
gotta we
you
don't gotta
good.
elaborate on that.
This nigga sweet.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay.
All right, yo, let's get
Okay.
started, bro. Fucking everybody else. If you guys watched the recording, if you guys have any questions, let me know. As always, we're gonna be going over the pairs you see on the right hand side. We're also gonna add silver to our list of pairs that we're gonna
Fuck silver,
be.
man.
Nah. Silver chillin'. We're gonna add silver to our list. I updated it today. Um, so we'll go over that pair at the end. We're gonna start off with AUD USD, finishing off with US oil. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. For the people watching the recording, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave the questions in the comment, or you could always message us on Discord or
Uh,
Instagram. Um, what else? It's pretty much it. Gotta give everybody else. Nobody else is in the chat. Anybody in the chat? Let me know. Again, I only have one monitor with me over here, so I'll be going back and forth. It's gonna be a pretty quick session. We'll update everything that we need to update. Um, but if we don't have any questions in the chat, we're just gonna get through this fairly quick. So start off with AUD USD. Again, the first pair, I'll take my time. I'll do exactly what I gotta do, and then after the first pair, we'll pretty much run through this. So again, if you have any questions, anything at all, let me know. So AUD USD, we know we are in level 3. Level 3 on a downtrend overall market makers pattern, right? We had level 1 to the downside, first zone of consolidation where price is moving sideways. We had the second push to the bottom side, the second zone of consolidation where price is moving sideways. And then we had the start of level 3 that gave us the break of structure, right? And it gave us the lower low. When we're looking at market structure, we see price giving us lower low, lower high, lower low. Price gave us an equal high here at the top of the zone of consolidation. Then price moved sideways for a few months. And then it gave us the break of structure that gave us the lower low. So all we're looking for now on AU is for a lower high point to be set. Now price finally reached our point of interest as to where we're expecting this lower high to be made. At the point of interest, right, and we'll see it on the lower time frame, price gave us a gap at the top of the market that we're expecting price to fill and pretty much do the exact same thing that we have drawn here, right? Fill the gap and then start making the lower lows and lower highs that we need to see to start taking those trades back down to the previous peak low all the way down here. So right now for AU on the daily time frame, we know we just got to be a little patient, right? Nothing to update on our daily highs or daily lows. We're still trading in the same trend on the lower time frames. On the 4-hour time frame, price, we're still on an uptrend, still making higher highs and higher lows, and that's okay. On the 4-hour time frame too, we could see that price gave us a shoulder head shoulder. So again, for price, give me 1 second. For price to validate, or for the market to validate a shoulder head shoulder, right? A lot of people online are going to tell you, oh, all you're looking for is just a shoulder head shoulder, and this is where I'm going to start looking to take my short positions. That's incorrect. In order for a shoulder head shoulder to be valid, in order for you to start taking those valid trades back down to the bottom, you need to see price break the lows of the shoulder head shoulder, right? So the good thing with the shoulder head shoulder, I think we explained this as well in last week's session, right? Shoulder head shoulders, again, is just a variation of a zone of consolidation. We can see that price is just moving sideways here, right? With that being said, we already know if price comes to these highs, right, the zone of consolidation is the highs and the lows. If price comes to these highs and gives us a break, then that's okay. We know price is just going to give us a steeper pull back to the top side. But if price comes to these highs and we have two solid confirmations here, right? We have the gap on the 5-minute time frame, and we also have the highs, the 4-hour highs, the highs of the zone of consolidation. If price comes to these highs and gives us an inducement, then we know that after the inducement, we just have to wait for those lower time frame, 30-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute time frame to start giving us lower lows and lower highs to then start taking those trades back down to the bottom. Once price reaches the bottom of the zone of consolidation, this is where I'll get out of the trade, and I'll be looking for price to either give us a break, retest of the shoulder head shoulder to then continue the downtrend push, or this is where price is just going to give us an inducement of the low to then go back to the top. Do the same thing. It's just a repetitive cycle, right? Rejection of the lows, go back to the highs. Reject the highs, go back to the low. Reject the lows, again, at this point, price is just moving sideways, right? It went to the middle, came back to the lows, rejected the lows, came back to the middle, came back to the lows, rejected the lows. Price is back at these highs, right? So the exact same thing that we were looking for down here is the same thing that we're looking for up here. Either for price to reject the highs to go back down to the bottom, or for price to give us the break, the retest, to then continue. So for AU right now, just have to be a little patient. Just have to be a little patient. Wait for a little bit more confirmations to be given. Once we have those confirmations, then we're able to take those trades. So right now on the 4-hour time frame, we already know where we're at. We already know what we're looking for. Now we go down into the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame, we know price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high. Price came back down to the lows again. This is where price was just rejecting these lows and going back to the top side. And then price gave us a break of structure on the 30-minute time frame to the top side. So we're just going to mark this up. We have the valid break. We know that now we're trading between these lows over here, and I'm just going to mark this. It's a pretty small zone, so I'm going to use the bottom of these candles here. So we're trading between these 30-minute lows and these 30-minute highs up here. We had a day of rise on Monday, and then for today, Tuesday, price gave us a second day of rise. And again, we also know that we have a gap at the top of the market, so we are expecting price to come up a little bit higher to fill this gap up. Once we fill this gap up, that's when I'll start looking to take these trades back down to the bottom. So AU still have a little bit of movement to go through before we start looking to take those trades. Any questions so far in the chat? Let me know. And bro, everybody's like AFK today. What happened? Adrian isn't here. Albert isn't here. Jessica isn't here. Muhammad isn't here. Mr. Bashir's not here.
I read this quote, right?
What's the
Well,
quote?
no, I wrote down this quote, and it talks about consistency, man. Consistency.
Consistency is
Fuck.
key.
They said people always talk about changing their life, X, Y, and Z. And
Adrian
it's
is
just
here.
like they just think, hey, you spoke too soon.
I did.
They said that momentum is just consistency, and consistency is a form of alchemy.
Mm,
So
that's a good quote.
when it comes to building the life that you want, just gotta be consistent, man. Have some self-discipline, man.
That's all it takes.
For me, that's not trading A's a session, man. That's my discipline, man. Just trade London and New York. For right now, at least. Trade London and New York. Do what you gotta do. And then yeah, man. Cause nigga, you ain't even go over that 1 to 13, man. I had asked you if you went over the trade and you didn't go over it, bro.
Which one? The NU one?
No, I'm talking about the US 31.
I'll do it today. I got you.
Nigga, it's too late. You can't see the 1 minute structure no more.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
you
you
can.
might be.
Yeah, it was like 3 days ago. 100,
Oh,
100%. We'll go
oh
over
yeah,
it.
you can. Yeah, oh yeah. I bet, I bet, I bet.
But what's good, Adrian? Welcome, my brother. Glad to have you here. Any questions, Adrian, just let me know, my brother. Alright, so
That shit
again,
was
we're
nice.
gonna start speeding it up just a little bit. I don't wanna keep you guys here for longer than an hour, so we'll go ahead and get through this fairly quick. So AUD CAD, we're in the second zone of consolidation. Again, on a downtrend. We had the level one push to the bottom. First zone of consolidation. First zone of consolidation on a downtrend is either going to be above the 800 EMA or on the 800 EMA. In this case, the first zone of consolidation is on the 800 EMA. We can see that this is where price has been rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. Last thing price did was give us a rejection of the lows, never gave us a clean break, and then price came back to the top. All good. Exactly what we wanted to see. It's exactly what price is doing. So at this point for AUD CAD, we're getting ready to start trading what we would call our safety trade, right? A safety trade in a zone of consolidation is, for example, we're in an overall downtrend. We know we're at the top of the zone of consolidation. The safety trade to take those trades going short in a zone of consolidation is at the top, right? Does that mean that I'm getting into a trade right now? No. I'm still waiting for my confirmations, right? I'm still waiting for the change in the breakdown to the bottom side. I'm still waiting for that shift in the structure to go from being in an uptrend to go into a downtrend, right? So AUD CAD right now, getting ready to trade it, right? My hands are on the charts. On the 4-hour time frame, we have no what's this called? We got no continuations on the 4-hour time frame. We had a week of no net last week. We could see again what is price doing, just moving sideways, right? And we'll see the zone of consolidation on a lower time frame a little bit better, where price is rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going back down to the bottom, and then price came to the top side. Looking at the structure on the 30-minute time frame, we know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high to the top side. Price still hasn't given us a break of the highs. Price hasn't even reached the lows yet. On Monday, Price gave us a day of rise. And then today, Tuesday, what did price do? Just move sideways. Gave us a day of no net. We also had an engulfing candle here at these highs that we were talking about last week. And I believe we talked about it earlier this week as well during the weekly market breakdown. Right? We were talking about high probability, or I believe it was a one-on-one session with Albert, if I'm not mistaken. I probably did talk about this on the stream. Right? Talking about high probability entries, low probability entries. Right? Whatever your entry model is, whether it's engulfing candles, flag post patterns, bounce of the EMAs, 372s, order blocks, fair value gaps, um, the smart Raja concepts when it comes to break and retest of zones of consolidations, whatever it is that you're trading, right? You have to be able to see and understand why a specific trade, wherever your point of interest is, why that specific trade is high probability or low probability, right? It's very simple. You could keep this very, very simple. If market structure, again, which we just talked about, higher high, higher low, if market structure is still on an uptrend and the market gives you confirmations for your entry models for price to go short, you already know that that's a low probability area to take a trade, right? Because why are you taking a trade going short when the market structure is still on an uptrend? Again, always remember, the trend is your friend. If you're not trending, then you shouldn't be trading. It's that simple, right? And you guys could see exactly what happened. As soon as price came into the engulfing candle, straight to stop loss. It didn't even give you a chance. It was just one candle went right back to the top side. So AUD-CAD again, yes, even though we're in our safety trade, even though we're at the top of the zone of consolidation, right? Market structure is still on an uptrend. We're still uptrending. Now, in this zone of consolidation, did price give us a valid break of the zone of consolidation? No. Price gave us an inducement, right? These were the highs. This is the only green candle that printed above. One green candle printing above is still an inducement. We didn't get a valid break of structure. And then price started downtrending, right? Price also came up. It filled up our gap on the 15-minute time frame. So perfect. We're seeing exactly what we need to see right now. So AUD-CAD is definitely the one pair on my list that I'm going to continue to look at. And maybe tomorrow we'll have a trade on AUD-CAD. Looking at structure on the 5-minute time frame as well. Let me just update this real quick. Right, and this is mainly going to be 1-minute structure, just based on how this moved. But we could mark this up on the 5-minute. Right, price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, and then it gave us a change of character, lower low. So right now on AUD-CAD, I'm just gonna mark up the lows of this structure here on the 5-minute time frame. This is where I'm looking for price to give me a valid break to then continue those downtrend pushes back down to the bottom. Right, so AUD-CAD is definitely going to be a pair that we want to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Any questions so far? Again, guys, in the chat, just let me know. Euro AUD. Oh man, I miss my chair, bro. This shit is so uncomfortable. I miss my bed too. I miss my lake in the back of the house too. I want to go back home. Euro AUD, we are in level 3 on an uptrend. Price gave us a higher high to the top side and then just gave us a zone of consolidation. Price right now is still just sitting at the low of the zone of consolidation. Nothing to update on the daily time frame. We have no continuations, no new daily highs or daily lows to update. On the 4-hour, same thing. No new 4-hour lows or highs to update. We had 2 weeks of counter drop. Right, this week being the 3rd week, price came down, tapped into 3rd week's lows, gave us a rejection, and then pushed back to the top side. 30-minute time frame. What do we know? All of last week, price was just moving sideways, rejecting highs and rejecting lows the entire time. And we also know that, again, market structure for EA right now is still lower low, lower high, lower low. Price hasn't given us a break of the highs. Price hasn't given us a break of the lows. It's just been trapping traders the entire time, right? Monday, price gave us a no net, just moving sideways. And then Tuesday, which was today, gave us a day of rise. It tapped into our 30-minute highs, rejected the highs, came back down to the bottom side. So EA is going to be another pair. I'm going to keep this keep a very close eye on EA as well. On the 5-minute time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, right? And this is where we want to be a little bit careful, right? Because yes, we have a change of character, and then technically price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, and then started downtrending, right? Lower low. On the 5-minute time frame, I'm gonna mark this up still as a change of character, right? And then I'm gonna say that these are the highs, and this is where we have our break, where price gave us higher high, higher low, and then continued to push to the top side. But the 1-minute time frame is where I'm gonna keep an eye on EA. Just based on all these movements, all the inducements that price has been giving us to the top side, it doesn't make sense to look at the 5-minute. So on the 1-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a change of character here, higher high, right? So we are now trading between, on the 1-minute time frame, let's just zoom into this real quick. This is where we have our change of character to the top side, where price came up, gave us a new high, 1-minute change, right? And we're trading now between these lows down here, 1-minute BOS, and these highs up here, 1-minute BOS. Where the first thing I want to see is price give me a valid break of these highs. It gave us an inducement already, and then started printing back down. So we want to be careful, and we want to be patient with EA as well. But this could be a good pair to keep an eye on. Right, on the 30-minute time frame, we have the 50 crossing above the 200. The only thing I don't like about EA right now, again, is the fact that market structure, we're still making lower low, lower high. Price tapped into our 30-minute highs, and price is also still respecting the 800 EMA. So EA is one. Again, I'm going to keep a very close eye on EA for tomorrow, but I'm not liking how structure is shaping up at this point with EA. With ECAD, man, I have to go blow my nose. This sucks. ECAD, we're in peak high territory, so I'm not going to be trading this. So I'm just going to update this chart if I need to. Just give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and see if there's anything to update on the 4-hour. Nothing. We're still stuck in the zone of consolidation. No continuations. And then on the 30-minute time frame, price gave us a push to the top side, but didn't give us a valid break. So I'm not going to update this just yet. We had 2 days of rise, and then today being the 3rd day, as soon as the market's open, price just flew to the top side. Right after 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So ECAD, nothing really to update there for now. Go on to the next pair, and I'm going to turn this off already. I already know I'm not going to be looking at that pair going into tomorrow. That's one less pair to keep an eye on. For EU, very similar to GU. And again, guys, any questions about that pair, let me know. Or any questions at all in the chat, just let me know. EU, we are in an overall market makers pattern uptrend. We are in level 2, right? We had level 1 push to the top side, first zone consolidation. Second push to the top side, that gave us a break of structure, higher high, higher low. And then price gave us a higher high, and instead of giving us a simple higher high, higher low to continue into a higher high, instead of giving us a simple trend, it decided to give us a zone of consolidation. Price is just moving sideways, and that's okay. We have 2 months of rise on EU, this month being the 3rd month. Could we expect price to give us that 3rd month push? It could happen. Am I expecting it? Is not something I'm expecting, but it is something that could still be given to us. Keeping that in mind, right, we also know that we had 3 weeks of drop, right, 3 weeks of consecutive drops. After 3 weeks of drop, the market must move sideways or go up, And that's exactly what price is doing, is moving on up. And that's okay. All right, let's take a look at the 200 on the daily. No, we're not even close to it. Okay. Then on the 30-minute time frame, price gave us damn, excuse me, team. Price gave us lower low, lower high.
Blessings.
Thank you, sir. Lower low, lower high, and gave us these lower lows down here. And then price gave us a change of character, which happened today with how much the market moved today. It gave us a change of character here. Price is above the 800 EMA. We start trending above the 800 EMA. 50 is crossing above the 200. Perfect. We are in level 2, so we are expecting price to bounce off the 200 EMA. We had a day of rise on Monday, a second day of rise today, Tuesday. Could we expect a 372? It could happen. But like I was explaining in the beginning of the session when I first turned the stream on, you know, usually when the markets move this much, and again, EU is a pair that moves 55 pips on a day-to-day basis. Because of the news that we had today and so much volume in the market, price gave us 135 pips, right? It gave us double of what the market usually moves. When the markets move that way, we already know that going into the next day, into the next trading session, that we most likely might not have any volume on the charts. Now, does that mean that we're not going to be looking at this? No. We're going to keep an eye on EU. We're definitely going to do our due diligence and continue to look for entries on EU. But we're already getting ourselves ready to know, like, okay, this is most likely not going to be a good pair to keep an eye on. But again, we have 3 months of rise. We have 2 days of rise. It's looking good, right? EU looks like a good pair to catch some type of move on EU. So we'll just be patient with EU, and we'll come back to this tomorrow morning, and we'll see if we could catch any trades. Nothing in the chat yet. All right. I'm really surprised that nobody's here, except for Adrian. Shout out Adrian.
And Kendall.
Fuck Kendall, man.
Damn.
Shout out Kendall, man. Shout out Kendall. GA, very similar to ECAD. We're in peak high territory, so this is another one that I'm just going to update. Whatever it is that we need to update, but I'm not going to be trading this just yet. 4-hour time frame, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. Price came back, gave us another inducement of the low. We have we do have candle closures below, so technically we could move this already. Right, we're now trading lower low, lower high. Right, and then whatever lower low is set, I'm not gonna move my lows just yet. We had a week of drop. Then last week, price gave us a week of no net, so no continuations for now. And then on the 30-minute time frame, price gave us a day of rise. Then on Monday, it gave us a no net where price is just moving sideways. And then today, Tuesday, price gave us a day of drop. And we are trading lower low, lower high, lower low. And then price gave us these lower highs over here. These nuts. Yo, how old are you? It gave us these lower highs over here and then these lower lows down here. Still don't really have a set low just yet, but I'm going to keep it here for now. Man, I was good all day and now I got the sniffles. That's what happens when the sun goes down. Alright, so GA, again, I'm going to turn this off already. We already know that for tomorrow. Until we don't get out of peak high territory, I'm not going to be trading it. So, very simple pair to keep an eye on. I have so much drawn here. Holy shit. GCAD, we are in level 3 on an uptrend. Once again, very similar to the other pairs. Once price gave us these higher highs. Alright, yo, hold on. This looks crazy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know, I like keeping my charts with all these drawings on them, but this is just too much. I'm not gonna do this to you guys. It's a fucking headache. Alright, there you go. This is better. I like to keep my drawings on the chart because I like to be Picasso. Like, yo, I told you guys I'm the market maker. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a weaker drop, right? We also know that we were in a zone of consolidation. This is where we were looking for price to give us a valid break. It gave us the valid break, and price also, very similar to AU, gave us a shoulder head shoulder. And again, this is where the market is either going to give us an inducement of the low to then go back to the top side, or this is where the market is going to give us a valid break of the lows to then continue back down to the bottom side. And right now all we have is the inducement to the lows. So now on the 30-minute time frame, this is where I want to start getting my charts ready to look for a potential entry. We had a day of rise on Friday. Monday gave us a second day of rise. Today being the third day, price gave us a third day push and finished on a rise drop. Even though we have a gap that started off the week, I'm still going to mark this as a rise drop. And again, we do have a very steep pullback for today. So I'm not expecting price to give me another push to the top side. But again, could it give us that push? 100%. When we're looking at structure as well, even on the 5-minute, right, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, and then change of character to the top side. So we're pretty much still trading between these lows and these highs on the lower time frame as well. What else could we see? That's pretty much it. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Right, then price gave us a change, and then it gave us the break. Right, the change of character to the top side. We're still trading between the same low and high. I went over this pair. I had so much drawn here because I went over this pair with Albert on Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was that I did the session with him. So we'll be patient. GCAT is another pair for me for tomorrow that I'll keep an eye on. This could be a really good pair to keep an eye on to start trading again. See if we have any engulfing candles on any of the lower time frames. Nothing for now, so we'll just be patient. We'll wait for GCAT to do what it has to do, and then we'll go on from there, guys. GJ, we are in peak high territory. This is another pair for me that right now I'm 50-50 with it. Right, I want to trade it because GJ is a very beautiful pair to trade. But at the same time, again, we're in peak high territory. We have no continuations. We're trading at a higher high. We're in the highest point in the market. We had a week of rise, and then price gave us a drop with a gap in the market. So no continuations. We're still trading higher high, higher low, and higher high on the 4-hour time frame as well. And on the 30-minute time frame, same thing as the 4-hour time frame. Price gave us higher high, higher low, right? Then it gave us higher high to the top side. Price came down, tapped into the 4-hour lows on Monday. Price gave us 3 days of drop, which was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. After 3 days of drop, the market must do what? Move sideways or go up, right? And it ended up going up. Perfect. Did exactly what it needed to do. Then today for Tuesday, it gave us a second day of rise. Perfect. Could we expect a 372 to be given on GJ? Again, very similar to GCAD. The pullback at the end of the day today was so steep to the point where I'm not expecting price to come back to the top side. But again, could price do it? Absolutely. So GJ is another pair that we're going to keep an eye on, and we'll see what we get in the morning. We have a lot of 372s today. I haven't seen that in a long time. It's been so long that I haven't seen 372s be given.
Like I told you that, man.
On a consistent basis, bro. It's been so fucking long.
Yeah.
I remember, 372s used to happen all the fucking time. All the time. Like, we haven't even gotten, like, consistent weeks or months of rises either. Like, it's just been so sporadic these last, like, 2 years. Yeah, because
the market makers changing their algorithm. They trying to
fuck us over.
Adapt. Yeah, man.
Yo, this guy Jumper be making too much bread. Give everybody another 20 seconds or so. Take a little breather. We're almost done, guys. Again, pretty much the last pair. Well, I mean, we're gonna add silver, so we'll go over silver. But like, pretty much the last pair on our list. I'll still have to update USD CAD and USD ZAR. I haven't updated those pairs yet. So pretty much our last pair is
Bro,
US 30.
silver don't have no fucking structure, bro. This shit just straight bull run, bro. What the fuck is this, bro? Yo,
Same as gold.
this shit don't even have no structure, bro. Just straight bull run, man. Fuck.
Same shit as
Maybe on
gold.
a 4 hour, yeah, but aside from that, fuck no. That daily look crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Alright, so GU, again, very similar to EU. We are in level 2 on an uptrend, right? We had level 1, first zone of consolidation. This is where the break of structure happened of the zone of consolidation, where price gave us a higher high, gave us the higher low, pushed all the way to the top side, gave us a higher high, and instead of giving us a simple higher high, higher low to continue into a higher high, price decided to give us a zone of consolidation where price is just again moving sideways, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, and now price is pushing back to the top side. We have 2 months of rise, this month being the third month. As soon as the market opens for this new month for January, it pushed up, gave us that third month push already, and then came down. Now, does that mean we can't look for entries? No, it definitely means we could still look for entries, but we just got to be a little patient, right? Wait for the continuations to happen, whether it's 2 weeks of rise going into a third week, whether it's 2 days of rise going into a third day. We just have to be patient and wait for the continuations to be given before we start looking to take trades. We had a week of no net, and then last week price gave us another week of no net. So we just have 2 weeks where price has been moving sideways, hasn't really given us any direction. And then on the 30-minute time frame, let's take a look. Price was still on a downtrend where price gave us lower low, lower high, right? Lower low. All of this is part of the same move. I'm not going to mark this as lower low, lower low, higher high, higher. No. All of this is part of the same move, especially because that move to the bottom was just a gap in the market, right? So we are still trading lower low, lower high. I'm going to mark this as our lower low, and this is a really big zone. I don't really like marking up my zones this big, but we're going to do it for this case, right? Price gave us a day of rise on Monday. Wrong one. Day of rise on Monday. Today, Tuesday, price gave us a second day of rise. But again, kind of already have the understanding that there's two reasons why this is a low probability 372. The number one reason, the pullback, how steep it was towards the end of the day. The second reason, we are still making lower low, lower high, lower low. Price came up, gave us a rejection of the highs, right? It tapped into our 30-minute highs. We printed exhaustion candles at these highs. Price gave us an engulfing candle going short, gave us another exhaustion candle before the push down to the bottom. So right now, compared to EU, GU is already giving us a little bit of confirmation, letting us know that price is most likely not going to continue that push to the top side. So we got to be just a little patient, just a little patient. But again, this is another pair for tomorrow that we want to keep an eye on, and we'll see what happens. Yo, are they fucking upstairs? What the hell?
What the fuck?
Somebody building something upstairs.
Talking about building something.
NZD
They building
USD.
something alright.
They building a baby, bro.
Man.
Dang, 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 dang. Like, yo, chill out. It's fucking 7 p.m., bro. You guys gotta wait another 2 hours at least.
Loose.
Alright, so NZD USD. We know that we're still in an overall downtrend, right? We had level 1, first zone consolidation, level 2, second zone consolidation, and we're looking for that level 3 for price to push back down into our previous peak lows. Right now, we're at the low of the zone of consolidation on a downtrend, so we already know this is not the best place to take a trade going short. But again, as always, we're still going to be looking for our confirmations. Do we have 2 weeks of drop going into a third week? Do we have 2 days of drop going into a third day? That's what we're going to be looking for. On the 4-hour time frame, price gave us lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, higher low. It gave us a higher high to the top side. Right, with this higher high to the top side, we're waiting to see if price wanted to give us a valid break, which we did not get. Right, all the candles that printed here were still touching the 4-hour high. So technically speaking, we are trading between this 4-hour high up here. All right, let's update this. Right, where we could see that in this week, price came up, tapped into our 4-hour highs, no problem. Price also gave us a little shoulder head shoulder, but I don't like how this looks. But either way, we were looking for a break below these lows, and we did not get that break. Price still just gave us the inducement of these lows. After it gave us the inducement of the low, price went back to the top side, gave us another inducement of the high. So now that we have an inducement of the high and we have a 4-hour exhaustion candle, now I'm going to go down to the 30-minute time frame, and we're going to start looking for structure to shift. Go from higher highs and higher lows down to lower lows and lower highs. On the 30-minute time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a change of character, higher high with that push that the market gave us today. And I have to blow my nose. I got boogies coming out. Right, so we know that we were trading between these lows down here on the 30-minute time frame and these highs over here. We had a day of rise on Friday, second day of rise on Monday, third day of rise on Tuesday. After 3 days of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. So this is definitely a pair that we want to keep an eye on as well, especially on the lower time frame, where we could see price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, and now we're getting that break of structure. We also see the 50 crossing below the 200. Perfect. We're in level 3. We want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. Perfect. On the 5-minute time frame, did this shit give us an engulfing candle? Let's see. First green candle does not have a top wick, so we have no valid engulfing candle. Damn, that was perfect though. Let's look at the higher time frame, see if we see any engulfing candles here. Right, nothing on the 4, nothing on the daily, nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the 30-minute, nothing on the 15-minute. On the 5-minute, all we have is a change of character and the break of structure. Right, so on the 5-minute time frame, we had price give us a lower low change of character down here. We have a 5-minute change, and then we have the 5-minute break where price gave us lower low, lower high, into these lower lows down here. We're looking for price to give us a valid break, and we got the valid break with this last candle that printed 5 minutes ago. Right, so NZD USD is another pair. We want to keep a very close eye on NZD USD, and hopefully, hopefully this isn't a pair that's gonna move now, and we'll have some time to catch something in the morning for the NYC session. So NZD USD is definitely a pair we want to keep an eye on. For US 30, hello, TradingView, thank you. Any questions so far in the chat, guys? Let me know. Again, we're pretty much almost done here, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. US 30, we are in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. Price gave us a higher high on the daily time frame. It gave us a higher high on the 4-hour time frame. After these higher highs were made, price decided to give us a zone of consolidation where price was just moving sideways, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, going to the middle, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, coming back down to the bottom. So perfect, right? We also know that US 30 gave us a fat gap to start off the week on the top side. So the only thing, I would say the only problem I have with US 30 right now is the fact that we have that gap at the top side, right? We had a day of drop on Friday. On Monday, price gave us a looks like a no net. Let's confirm that real quick. Yep, on Monday it gave us a no net, so we have no continuations for this one. Right, it gave us a day of drop today on Tuesday. We had a change of character down to the bottom side where price gave us a lower low, lower high, and now we're looking for that 30-minute break to be given from these lows. And let's see, did price give us a valid break? No. Gave us an inducement of the low. So US 30, still going to be patient with this. Now, if price decides to give us an inducement, and then now on the lower time frames, if we go down to the 5-minute, the 1-minute time frame, if price starts giving us higher highs and higher lows, then we know that this is where price is going to give us those inducements of the lows, and we're going to start looking for price to go back to the top side. Right, so US 30, definitely going to keep an eye on this for tomorrow for the NYC session. USD CAD and USD ZAR, I'm going to turn these pairs off. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do now is...
Yo,
Yo.
go over the trade.
Oh, shit. Word. You're right. So let's go over that trade that was given on Thursday. I believe it was, right?
Friday.
It's Thursday?
No, it's Friday.
No, it was Thursday.
No, Friday.
No, it was Thursday. It's right here.
No, Friday.
Oh,
It's,
it was
it's,
Thursday.
it's not the one that you took. I'm talking about the one that I took.
Oh, fucking send me a screenshot of it. Did you?
It's in the chat.
Ah,
You hearted
shit.
it.
My bad, man. My bad. You took a trade?
I took it Friday, man. Friday.
Nah, bro, I don't believe you, bro.
Nah, you trolling me.
Alright, so let's see. You said US 30 short end of the week. It was a bit more technical trade, so the same as the trade. We follow the rule. 30-minute one of the high. We're at the top of the zone consolidation. 1-minute change.
You
BOS. Gap
literally
fill.
put the fire emoji.
Nah, that wasn't me, yo.
This monkey, man.
Let's see.
Louis G. Yo.
Yo, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Alright, so
That's crazy.
on Friday, price just consolidated, right? Markets open 9:30, gave a crazy inducement of the high. Right after that inducement of the high was given. My bad, I didn't know this was a trade you were talking to me about the other day. That's why I thought I had talked about it. I talked about the
Yeah.
the one on Thursday on the NU trade. Look at your screenshot just so I'm not lost. Had the gap, filled the gap up, had a gap up here, it filled this gap as well. It filled this gap here at 2 p.m., 1 p.m. your time. And then price gave a after it filled this, after it filled the gap, it
Printed
started
another
going down.
gap.
Yeah, it printed one up here, but it filled it with the wick.
Yeah, 951. Go to New York session, bro.
New York session was over here.
You went 2 p.m. It was at
What time did you take the trade?
9:51 your time.
I don't have a 1 minute engulfing here.
No, it's a gap right there at 9:51.
Oh,
Brother,
this
it's
one
right
here.
there.
Yeah, this one here. Oh, so you took this here.
No, I took the 1 minute engulfing candle
This
at
one right here. 10, 11?
9, yeah, at
9,
10 12, and then price
Okay, cool.
retested it at 10:24.
Yeah, so you took this trade here. STP was hit. That you calculated STP on this. Do you have it there on the screenshot?
Yeah,
What was STP for that day?
324, if I remember.
320.
Yeah, 336 or 338 or something like that. It was 338.
338. It's close enough. Alright, so let's go back. That was a perfect trade. Caught a piece of the pie. Right, so you had the inducement. After the inducement, price had came down. right? Gave you lower low, lower high, lower low. On the lower low side, it gave you a gap here on the 1 minute time frame. It filled that gap up. After that gap is filled, it gave you a 1 minute engulfing candle right here. Once it gave you the engulfing candle, you waited for the retest. You got the retest. Beautiful trade. Fucking 12 pip stop loss. STP was down here. 1 to 12. That was a beautiful trade. Straight to TP, man. Fuck. Yeah.
Now, for clarification as to why we overrided the 38.20 and the 50% was just because of the gap,
The gap.
but also even more confirmation is the
50 EM.
which is why I said that this trade was a bit more technical, is that we not only retested the gap, but we also retested the last red candle before the break, and then price gave a 1 minute engulfing candle inside of that zone as well. So while riding a wave too, so it was definitely a nice.
That was a picture perfect trade. Did exactly what you had to do there. You already know. You have a gap in the market, right? That flag pose, it resets it. Right? Gaps in the market reset the trend. Right? With that being said, we could already understand, like, all right, yeah, this looks like, could it be a flag post pattern at one point? Yeah, but we have a gap. Not only do we have the gap, we have the 50 EMA. Right? Just those two confluences alone already tell you this is going to be a steeper pullback.
Right.
Right? Once you had the gap fill, you waited for a bearish confirmation. That bearish confirmation was the engulfing candle. Once you got the engulfing candle, you got the retest. Beautiful retest. Not only that too, but this gap filled, or this gap opened with a gap. This candle, the one that gave you the retest of the engulfing, opened with a gap as well.
Yeah.
Right? So that was just another confirmation to tell you that price was going to continue that downtrend push. Right?
Yeah.
Once you got the retest, straight to profit.
11 minutes, man.
That's all it takes, yo.
11 minutes, 1 to 13. Well, I think I'm up like 30% already.
Shit. Let me hold $1, man.
I'm broke, man.
Shit.
I got shit to take care of, man. I'm broke.
Yeah, man, me too.
And that was in New York too, man. I was like, damn, nigga, I was sitting in bed like, so this what my life gonna be like now, bro. I'm sitting in New York in the bed, just caught a fucking 1 to 13. Like, shit. Shit.
Great trade though. Yo, is gold really just gonna continue to fly? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Bro, that shit a fucking meme
I don't even
coin.
wanna update this fucking pair, dude. So over it.
That shit got 2 gaps that's just sitting there at the bottom side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna update it, but I'm not gonna talk about it, yo. What is gold doing? I don't know, bro. I don't even want to update because I don't want to mark this as higher high, higher low, higher high. Like all of this shit is part of the same fucking trend. Like we're at a higher low point. Like alright, cool, yo. Like higher low, we're trading. Like look at this fucking candle. Like such a big zone. Like this is the higher low we're trading, but the higher high is fucked.
Yeah.
And we're still just
the
making
higher
new
high
highs.
is fucks. Yeah.
On the 4-hour time frame, price gave us a new higher low point, so we can mark that up. Let's switch it. Right, so on the 4-hour time frame, we're trading between this higher low,
previous higher low,
and then the higher high that we're trading, we're still making new highs, so there's really nothing to update. We had a week of rise, and then price gave us a second week of rise, and then this week price is still rising. And then
yeah, that shit look crazy.
Daily time frame, we're just making new highs. So it's like fuck. Still trading between this higher low here and then these higher highs. And that was internal movement for the 4 hours. So there's really nothing to talk about on gold, man. We'll talk about gold tomorrow morning if ADR isn't hit in an hour.
Something in an hour. That sounds so crazy.
We'll talk about gold tomorrow morning. Bitcoin is another one that I'm not really trading, but it gave us exactly what we wanted to see, right? Shoulder head shoulder, gave us the break, gave us the retest, and just gave us a continuation back down to the bottom, back at fucking 88,000, man. Fuck.
Man.
You guys better start buying Bitcoin.
XRP long.
Fuck. What is
That's why I
XRP
had a
at? We at a
perfect
dollar
time.
yet? Yeah, we are. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, at a dollar.
Let me see oil.
But XRP nice though. Like nigga, like you could put in 10 bands and like nigga, huh, make 5 back within
A week.
a few days, depending on how like the market is moving.
And
Like,
then
bro, that was a 40% move, G. You just made 4 bands.
oil, we're still
Shit.
trading in the zone of consolidation of the shoulder head shoulder, and we have 3 days where price has been moving sideways. So oil's another
So
one
I
that
have
we
a
just gotta
question
be
though.
patient. Yeah.
So like if you would like to put like some money into XRP type shit and like you made like a fuck ton of money, would like you take it out and like just leave like your starting balance type shit? Or like take out like the profits and
Take
like
out the
just leave like
profits
the
and leave the
starting
starting
balance?
balance. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, cause that shit crazy, bro.
I just deleted the chart by accident. I'm a fucking meathead. God damn it.
Man.
Yo, what server was on? FXCM, right?
Yeah. XAG FXCM.
Cool. So then the last pair for the night, Team Silver. This is a new pair that I'm gonna add onto my chart. Why? I don't know, because this is exact same as fucking gold.
Gold.
But we're in peak high territory, right? We're in the highest point in the market. Like fuck. We had the downtrend, we had the uptrend, we
Shoulder,
had
head,
push
shoulder.
one, first zone of consolidation. We had the second push, the second zone of consolidation, and then push number three, all the way to the top side, and price just still hasn't just it just hasn't stopped. We have fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months where
Just
price has
not
just been
consecutive
pushing to the
highs.
top side.
Yeah.
On the 4 hour time frame, we have 2 weeks of rise. This week being the third week, price went up, gave us that third week push. We're still trading between this higher high, higher low, and we're at a higher high point at this moment. And very similar to gold and very similar to even the indexes, we have these gaps at the bottom of the market. So again, at this point, all I'm looking for is for the trend to shift. Right,
Great
30-minute time
sales.
frame, we're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price today gave us a higher low point and went back to the top side. So again, even with this pair, I just wanted to add it because this is gonna be one pair where we start as soon as we see those downtrends starting, man. I mean, this shit is just gonna be easy cash. So I just want to keep this chart updated and be ready for that to happen. We could even see in the next 26 minutes, price could give us a engulfing candle here, but again, we're still, we'll go down to the 5 minute, the 1 minute time frame. We have the change, we have the break, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price gave us a change of character again back to the top side here at this point. So, and then if we want to be a little bit more technical with it and do it on the 1 minute time frame, we had high, lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is where price gave us the change, right? And on the 1 minute time frame, we have higher high, higher high, change of character, lower low. So, um, there was an engulfing candle here. If you took this engulfing candle before the trend has shifted, straight to stop loss. So, we want to be careful. Wait for the change. Wait for the break. Wait for the right retest to be given. So this is another pair for tomorrow that we could potentially be looking for. 1 minute change of character. Right, we're pretty much now waiting for price to give us a valid break of these lows, to give us a valid break, retest to continue to go down, or price is just going to go up to these highs and give us a break of the highs.
Tesla.
And then at this point, again, would love to see price give me that valid break with a retest of the engulfing candle. That's pretty much it, team. Any questions, let me know. Make sure you guys save your charts before you close out of your trading view for the night. My bad, Adrian. Gold and silver look like meme coins. Facts. RSI daily, 95.
Like meme
Makes no
coins.
sense. This is the perfect recipe to a crash. Backtesting gold has made some nasty 30% pullbacks before. Yeah. And again, overall, that's the beauty about the market makers pattern is like we know where price has to go. Right? We know exactly where price has to go. Again, the only thing is the question that every trader should have, which is when is price going to start moving? right? But we know that silver is gonna go back down, and maybe I would say obviously the commodities and the indexes are a little bit different when it comes to previous peak highs and previous peak lows, but even with these moves up here, right? Like silver had a previous peak high. Let's go to the daily time frame, right? Silver had a previous peak high at these highs, right? The downtrend, right? You had peak high, then the downtrend started, level 1, first zone of consolidation, level 2, second zone of consolidation, level 3. And then we started the uptrend push, right? Push 1, push 2, push 3 into the previous peak high, and then price just decided to push back to the top side. Right? What's different between commodities indexes compared to the foreign exchange market is, price doesn't have to reach previous peak lows or previous peak highs every single time a new trend starts. And again, we saw that happen during COVID with US 30, and we even seen it with Bitcoin. We saw it with US oil, and with a bigger forex pair like GJ, we even see that happening with GJ, right? But we at least know the tendencies of level 3, right? In level 3 going into peak high, what do we want to see with the EMAs? The fanning of the EMAs. We want to see the EMAs get separated. So the fact that this is what's currently happening on silver, it's kind of already letting us know that price is getting ready to start going down. It's getting ready. Again, the question just is, when is it going to start
When?
going? And again, is at this point, we already have everything we need to see, right? We're still making higher highs and higher lows on the daily and the 4 hour. We're still making higher highs and higher lows on the 30. So it's all good, right? As soon as we
It's
start seeing
all
change of
good.
characters and break of structures down to the bottom, we have these gaps at the bottom of the market. We know where price is going to go, right? So it's just really our job as a trader is to just wait for those confirmations to be given. And once those
Wait.
confirmations are given, that's when you want to start looking to take those trades. So, I don't think we're gonna have a crash like a lot of people are speculating online. Again, at the end of the day, the media is always gonna want to scare you. That's just how it's gonna be, right? A pullback is natural. A pullback is going to be it's gonna happen. So, the beauty of forex trading is that we make money regardless. We make money if price goes up, and we make money if price goes down.
This goes down.
So, our job isn't to be scared of what people online are saying. That's why I don't really dabble in stock options. Like, I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I would rather make money being able to sell and being able to buy. That's just the easiest way to go about it. And again, we're trading the trend. If price for silver and gold decide to continue that push to the top side, it's all good. We could still make money. We just gotta wait for the right times, right? We'll just have to wait for the confirmations. 372s, 3 weeks, 3 months, change of character, break of structure, peak high territory, level 3. We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. There's always going to be ways to capitalize on the moves that are given in the market, right? It's just, again, we have to be patient for them to be given. Once they're given, that's when we gotta start attacking the charts. Um, that's pretty much it, team. Again, any questions? Let me know. We have 20 minutes for that 30-minute engulfing candle on silver to be printed. At this point, price is back at these lows on the 1 minute too. So if we could get price to give us that break, man, this might be a good trade. It should be a good day of trading tomorrow. So we'll definitely be up for that. And I might take you up on the offer. You said you're gonna be up at 4 a.m. Kendall? Kendall?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right, I'll be up.
Yeah. I was up at 3 this morning.
4,800 on gold. Yeah, gold is just moving, dude. That shit is so stupid to me.
Yeah,
Gold is
that's
just
it.
pushing. But that's okay, yo. That's why we're not married to one pair, bro.
I mean, nigga,
Fuck
we got
that.
30.
We got 30 fucking pairs, yo. Like, it's all
We
good.
got 30.
I'll be
What's
up.
that?
I'll be up at 5:30, 5:45. I'm gonna take some medicine tonight too, so hopefully that doesn't get me super drowsy. But I'm gonna do that now so I could just go to bed here in a few minutes.
You said what?
that I'm gonna be up tomorrow morning 5:30, 5:45.
I bet. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed now, so I'm about to go hop in the shower and lay down immediately.
Yeah, I gotta take some
I'm talking
medicine,
to
yo.
Reed.
Hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow morning.
Oh, wait,
If
wait,
not
he
now.
don't hear you yet. He on the phone. Oh,
But
Oh, you said that you talking to who?
Reed.
Oh, hey, what's up, Reed? Don't wake him up.
all right, guys.
Yeah.
Any questions in the chat? Let me know. Any other pairs you want me to go over? Anything in specific you want me to talk about? Let me know. If not, we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Oh
Oh,
shit.
yeah, it is a little warm in here now. I now you said what now, bro? My bad.
No, you good. I said I'm gonna take some medicine now, and then hopefully tomorrow morning I'll feel good, back to normal.
All right, but yeah. I look you like going to bed a bit early though, bro. Like being up at 4 kind of cool. Like nigga, like my whole day was done, bro.
All good,
I
brother.
went to the gym, read me like a little book, didn't have shit to fucking trade.
You know how to read?
Like, nah, bro.
Man.
I'm learning, man. I'm learning, man.
All right, Adrian. We'll see you tomorrow morning, my brother. Have a good rest of your night.
Peace.